And welcome back to the Career Build Series. This is episode number 58. And so we're going to end up having to do a little bit extra building this episode. I've been just sitting in the bed, cycling through mission after mission after mission after mission after mission after mission after mission, trying to find one that we could do with the car we built. And so we got one up here that is doable, but not going to be done. This one here is dumper truck in distress requiring assistance. I need to rescue 2 casualties and take them to the hospital. I would have to buy a base to be able to spawn my car. I can't spawn it anywhere. I was thinking of almost driving on the railroad tracks, but I'm not going to do that nonsense. A bunch of transpos, and we got one here that's actually reasonable. And so what this did was this kind of motivated me to build a vehicle. I built one of these last career build series. We're going to need one this career build series. So if we look here, it is a red Cabrio, requires servicing. We have 480 minutes, so we have plenty of time to do it. And so we'll need to head out there and we'll need to grab the red Cabrio and go back. I've done this mission before, and so kind of know what it entails. Am I in super slow mode? Let's see. Yep, full memory leak going on here. I looked on the bug tracker. It looks like a bunch of people have reported memory leaks. I have done nothing but cycle missions. That's all I've done. And we're up to 32 ms of SV environment, static vehicle environment, and we're down to 24. So what I'm going to do here is, I don't know if this will fix it or not, but we do need this vehicle regardless. I've been a little disinclined to play, let's say that. And part of the reason is because of the slowdowns. And so we just made that save. I'm going to go ahead and I'll load up the test world. And what I need to do is build a little tow truck. And so built one of these last time. It was a pickup truck, and then I could put an insert in there. I think I'm going to build a small pickup truck size tow truck. And so I'll show you the tow truck, some of the tow trucks I built last time, and then we'll work on this one. And what I actually did was I took the guts out of the car, so all the microcontrollers. I put in a new steering controller that works better using a PID. I'll show you that as well. And so part of what I'm trying to do more of is create modules that will allow me to more quickly build stuff. And so that's kind of the plan, is if I can build a bunch of modules or take the parts out of, say, cars or airplanes, when I want to build a new one, I can essentially take my modules and use them, and maybe someday I'll be able to release them. The likelihood of that is probably slim, but so what I'm going to do is I'll show you, I grabbed all the modules from the car, and the car's guts work pretty well. Car is working really well now. The guts are pretty strong. And so if we look here, we have car parts. Let me just quickly show you. So I did a new steering controller, and I'm using a PID. And so let's go in here. As you can see, change this up a little bit. So what I did here is I take a pause of 1, which is the AD. I put in an angular speed sensor. And so that's going to essentially detect rotation. And so I hook up the angular speed to the process variable, and I put in my composite into my set point, and then I have a 0.75 as a p-value, constant on, go negative to port and positive to starboard, and this gives me a really nice steering damper, essentially. So let's test it. It allows me to do things like drifting and recover the car and have fewer crashes and much greater controllability. So I'll give you a quick show of that. I also changed the interior color of this car. I like this a little bit better now. It's kind of a burgundy. Seats and carpet. I might do the door panels different, but let's get moving here and I'll show you how I can now, like, I can get drifting and really control it. And as you can see, I can recover from a drift. And this behaves well. I'm at high speed, and as you see, it also limits my steering. I can limit it even more if I increase the p-value, but as you can see, this will allow me to fishtail, and it makes the car a little bit more dynamic and fun, where before it was a little bit hampering. As you can see now, like, I can go full drift, and I will, you know, spin out if I'm a little bit too crazy. I have to be pretty, I have to, you know, drive realistically. You know, as somebody who lives in a snowy state and has driven in snow quite a bit, and as a professional driver, you know, I've had to deal with fishtailing vehicles and recoveries from, you know, ramming into 6 inches of snow unplowed at full speed on the highway many a times. And so you can see the car behaves very nicely now. So that's going to be my new steering box. So let's actually go in here. And so this is the last thing I actually need to add to the modules. So I'm trying to do much more modular stuff. A lot of people, this is what they do, is they have modules for everything. Like, I won't say names, but there are some people who make some great creations in the community who, their stuff is very modular. So when they go to build something new, they're building the shell and the guts work really well. And so that's always nice to see. Let's see what we have here. Linear speed. I don't need linear speed anymore. Let's grab an angular. And so one of the things I do here is, as you can see, everything's pink. And the reason I do this is it's very easy for me to just do color swap. And so if everything is pink, I can just do color swap and get everything, put them whatever the base colors. So for example, in the convertible that I just built, I would color swap them out to black, and then they would be the correct color. So as you can see, that's it. So let's quickly save this. That color swapped it is. Okay, good. Let's just save this as car parts. Let's just, save it as car parts. All right, I'm just going to connect angular speed and save it as car parts again. All right, good. So let's save that. All right, so now we have this set of modules called car parts. And so let's start a new one. And what I'm going to do here is, first let's actually look at some of my tow trucks. So one is, if we look at truck here, where is the pickup that I made? I think I named it pickup. All right, so this was the pickup I built for the last career build series. And it has the ability to put modules in the back. And if we look here, we have a tow module, so you could hook that up and go tow cars. It didn't work great. By having it as a separate module, it's not as strong because it's a sub body. And if we look at the Mac R Wrecker can pretty much wreck anything and drag anything out of there. It's very powerful. I want to do something smaller. I want this type of boom system, and I forget what this part's called. And so I'm going to build something small and reasonable, and I'm going to use the car parts. I know I'm back to building again, but this is as I kind of slept in the bed there, and mission after mission after mission came up that I really wasn't feeling like doing. This will allow me to kind of pick what I want to do, and so I already have one of these ready when it's time to actually go do the mission. And so we have that mission. Let's get this built, and hopefully with the modularity it won't take me too long. So let's see. Symmetry is a good place to start. So actually make it, it'll be on the small side. So what's that? That right there is the width of what the car is. So this is going to be a pickup style. I think we'll put the engine in the front. So let's go ahead and I'm going to actually just build out the floor pan here. All right, and so that's floor pan in. Let's build the base of the firewall there, and then what I'm going to do is bring in that set of modules. So here they are. All right, and so just paste that in, and then what I want to start by is grabbing the dash and the windshield. And so I should be able to place this right in there, and I want to put the firewall right where it should go, like so. And the windshield is going to change, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I might leave it the same, but that's what it is right this second. All right, so that gives us a little bit of a start. All right, we'll grab a seat. So often when you're getting towed by a tow truck, they will, you'll ride up front, and they tend to have a bench seat. And so that's what I'm going to do here, actually, I think, is we'll make a bench seat, and this will allow us to hold 3 people. As you can see, that mission requires us to hold 2, so this will let us hold 3 people. All right, nice. That's in. Let's go back to symmetry on. All right, and so we'll start getting ready to build my truck here. All right, and now I'm ready to do color swap here. So let's color swap this out for white, and I can see now all the parts are white, and so that's easy peasy. All right, good. So trying to think of, let's quickly look at some reference material. I like to do this. It gives me a little bit of inspiration. I kind of want an old school truck. All right, so I just typed in old wrecker. As you can see, we have a whole wide. Ooh, this is a cool one. I'm trying not to do another cab over. I do like a cab over, but I'm trying not to do one. This is a really cool design. I like that. I don't want something this old, but that is a Mac though. Mac is what is good. This I'm really liking. This is a neat one here. This has a Mac bump. This is not a Mac. This is a Dodge, I think. But let's open this image up and see if I can zoom in. That has a Mac hood ornament on it. Probably because it's called Red Dog Towing or Red Dog, they put on the Mac symbol. But I like this. This is it's a little bit tall. As you can see here, it has the fenders are very square. You used to get a lot of these really square fenders back in the day, and the part of it was you didn't have to, this was one bend here instead of having high pressure molding. Um, with presses, they would just you have very simple, very minimal angles, and so I kind of like that, and especially in game, like right there, you can see that's a 1x2 wedge, that's a 1x1 wedge, that's a 1x1 block into a 1x1 wedge into a 1x1 block. So this kind of, I like the shape of this. This is nice and flat. That's probably a 1x4. This, so looking at something like this gives me a little bit of inspiration to decide, okay, this is going to be easier to put in game than if I were to put in something that's very modern. So I really like this design a lot. So I think this is going to be my reference. Right, so mercifully, that didn't take long to find some reference that I really liked. So let's go ahead and start working on this here. All right. And so let's see. Go in here. It has a very, it's going to, unfortunately, I would really like them to put in more window pieces. I think that is incredibly low-hanging fruit for the devs to put in some more window pieces. I hope they do it on one of these weekly updates. It's just, people have been asking for them for a long time. I think it's very easy for them. I think it is reasonably easy for them to build the parts, of course. And I think it's low-hanging fruit where it'll be very appreciated by the community for them to do it. And, it's kind of that low-hanging fruit that I think they could do that would be very well received. Some more windows. Like this angle is nuts. I would like a piece that starts right here and is angled but only goes this one block. So it's essentially like this. That would be kind of cool. This is at a 45-degree angle. I'm not doing the geometry to figure that out. Oh, it'll be half of 45, so it'll probably be a 20, probably be a 22.5, something like that. Yeah, probably be a 22.5 degrees if my 5-second geometry is correct. And so that's a little bit more of a rounded hood than I'd probably like. It has a pretty flat hood on it. So kind of see, maybe even flatten the hood even this much. So let's start building up, get some shaping in here and seeing where we're at. And probably here, and then do fender wells after that. So that's looking pretty good, and then I'll cut in some fender wells, but we'll just stick that there for now. We'll put in a custom grill in there, probably with paint blocks. But I kind of like these old style of, these old school looking trucks. So kind of just starting with a rough shape. And then, let's see, putting them... they had some pretty basic like bench seats in the old stuff. One of the things that I like about, some of these old schooly builds is it's pretty easy, I find, to decorate in there because they're pretty simple. And that's always just makes it a lot easier. You do a 4 here. That's too high. Let's do a 2. Another thing I think the devs could add on one of these small updates is they could just do like desired parts and do like a 1x3 wedge and do a couple window pieces. And I think that's nice. It's a good way to chip away at what people are looking for. And it's reasonably easy for them to do. All right, so let's go there and then kind of round out the cab. I know I've been doing a lot of building, but part of it is I'm getting right in that leg. And instead of, I really don't want to deal with that lag too much. It's pretty miserable having to play with that lag. And so it's kind of one of the ways I can get around it is do a little bit of building here. And also, by having these vehicles ready, when I get that mission, I can just go do it. Where are we at here? 1x3. Where are you at there? 1x2. I have this as pretty, like, low-slung windows. This is because, the blocks are so tall that this helps me keep the size down. Where are we at here? I think, nope, there, one there. All right, so that is the roof line there. So here's my door. Let's go ahead, put a, it's a truck, so the trucks tend to have bigger doors. All right, good. And then let's put in, get some white block here. I might put a center pedestal in, kind of give it that truck feel. We'll see in the window. And I'll probably overhang the doors there. We'll see. I tend to like to put a little bit of an eyebrow on here. All right. This is coming along kind of nicely here. So trying to spend too much time on this, but I think it'll be kind of fun. You notice a lot of rounded shapes in the older stuff. A lot of this is nostalgia. Kind of some of the stuff that when I was a kid they had was, I still had some of these things around, All right, nice. And so it has a nice short wheelbase. This is going to be mostly to do that one mission of towing a cabrio. So let's see. So it has a step here. And then it has a flared, very much flared wheel well. So let's go like that. And then this will start the wheel well. So let's go. I think how high the wheels are going to be. Probably to here, I'd say. And, I kind of like the blockiness of some of the old school stuff. Yeah, they're quite old at this point, but they're very cool and simple, and they just had that kind of, trucks look like trucks. It was very cool, I thought. Always thought so. All right, so there is kind of like a short wheelbase on this. Kind of want it to be chunky. Okay, digging that. And then we need to put a wheel well in here. So let's see. Yeah, I did a bunch of work on the car off screen. Get it kind of where I wanted it. So that's one higher than this is on the back. So let's grab that. Let's cut this and go down one. All right. Put a bumper on here, kind of a beefy bumper that can take a winch. We're going to get a bunch of these rescue missions, and so it's kind of nice to have something ready to go. And so this has like the door ends That's the floor pan there, and then there's a step underneath it, so we can try to work a step in here, something like that. Kind of put a step in there, right under the door. Yeah, so that kind of looks nice. You know, we can refine this, of course, but just want to kind of get it blocked out, understand the space that I'm working with. But that looks pretty cool. I like a short wheelbase on this. You know, the longer the wheelbase, think of it this way. Your pivot point for a tow truck is going to be your back tire, especially the single axle one. So you have a tire here, and as the weight goes back and pulls down, it's going to pivot off this. So the longer your tow truck is, the more stable it's going to be. But we're going to be towing that red Cabrio. The thing weighs barely anything, and so pretty much is almost purpose built just for that one mission. But go ahead and delete you out. I don't know why you got in there, guy. And then this here is good there. Okay, good. So that's kind of nice. Let's try to get some wheels plumbed in here. And so kind of seeing where I'm at here. And let's go down here and then start walking through. I'm going to do hard axles, especially for the rear because the rear is need an odd number here. So let's go ahead and I should have remembered that I was going to need an odd number there. Let's go there. All right. And then this one's going to need to be, is this odd? That is, it's got an odd number. Okay, good. Let's see, where do we need to be? So we probably need 2 off right there. Let's grab some wheels, 3x3s here. Let's actually delete these and put 5s on. You know, your smallest 5x5s are almost the same size as the 3x3s. Can't put the 5 in there with the, we'll screw things up. So let's go full 3x3s. Might want to try to go up 1. That actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Let me bring the reference material back. You can see that front wheel well is very open. You know, so here's the front wheel well. As you can see, there's a lot of open space there. It actually looks pretty proportional to how it should be. All right, so that's good. Let's go ahead and we will grab you through you here. Copy that. Put that there, and then I'll rework these back wheel wells. So really all I'm going to have to do is, because this is going to be a vehicle that needs to pull some mass as opposed to the car, which doesn't, all I really need to do is re-gear it a little bit. And I can do that by changing pretty much one ratio. All right, nice. So there's my wheel wells in the back. And then I want to put the actual, it almost has like a pickup truck bed in the back there. Doesn't need to go that high. Probably too high is going to be good, but I'll trim it in a second. Yeah, it's definitely too high, so go too high like so. That looks good. All right. Let's try something here. This might look too blocky here. Actually doesn't look too bad. I just need to change. It's actually not too bad there. It looks pretty good, I think. Because there's a lot of space in the wheel well on the other one as well, on the reference material. All right, good. So I'm digging that. Let's go. The tire's going to be here. We'll do halves like that. There we go. Okay, and then I just need a cut here. Nice. Okay, so that's the back in there, and then I'm trying to decide how I'm going to fix it. Let me see if I can't find some more pictures of this particular tow truck. I'm kind of interested what the back looks like. All right, so I found the website. There's a 68 Dodge. I figured it was a Dodge. WD300 4x4 wrecker. So So this is showing me the overhang. So that's a 1x2 wedge there with a little bit of spot for a tow package there. As you can see, tow pintle hook here, a couple loops for hooking up chains. This will be on pivots, and then this will be how you hook up the car, kind of like I have the other one. Mud flaps, try to work in some mud flaps. So that's some good reference material there. Right, good. So I want to go a couple past here. So let's go not too much, maybe one. I think it's about one. We need to, need to remember these are 1/4 meter long blocks in game, so that tends to dictate the size a little bit. So let's cut you, and then I'm thinking 1x2 wedge. Maybe not. Maybe like that. All right, so put a pintle in here. So there's our pintle. Symmetry's off. Light cord goes here. That'll be for a light cord. Couple rope anchors here and here. All right, and so that just kind of tells me where this has to go. And this goes all the way to the back here. All right, so that goes like that. And then there's a toolbox in the back, and you have the actual tow boom behind that. As our back step. All right, so I want to get working on this boom. So let's go ahead and we will cut the boom in here. Do power pivots. Probably like that, I would say. I don't want that sticking up like so. That'll work. Okay, that's going to be where a boom connects up to. So the boom needs to stick out long enough that it sticks off the back. That's probably not long enough. Probably going to want to lay it down, actually. So, let's see. Go away, you. Let's just leave them. I'll just invert the number. Make it simple. It kind of annoying. Probably too. Might be one block maybe too far. Okay, good. So let's go like that, and then grab this. Put the boom in here. Okay, that's pretty good there, I think. All right. Pivots. I hate it how I have to put a block in the middle to get those to drag right. It is quite obnoxious. which I just said I had to do it, and I didn't do it. So let's drag you out, and then let's actually get this to work. There we go. Oh, good. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Being a pain right now. Drag, you scum. I just put that in there. Oh my god. Okay, that's in there, and then... Nope, wrong way. Can't be there. Crap. All right, let's go like that, and then put some rope anchors there. Hook the rope anchors up like so. So those will actually lift this with the boom. All right, so that will lift it with the boom. All right, so that should work all right. Let's go ahead and let's get rid of some of this fatness in here. That can go. That can go, and then I want to put some in here. And this is all connected, unfortunately, so I have to just grab this and fix it. Not a big deal, but there we go. Okay, so that's good, and that attaches there. All right, nice. And then it has the cables to actually pull it up, which, you know, I'm not going to really use it like that, but that's what's there. Okay. So let's put some winches here. Merge those up. All right, and then where are they attaching to? They're attaching to some buckles up here, but I don't want to cut there, so let's see. Can't really cut there. Where the heck can I cut this? Let's see, what can I do to fix this up so it's not a pain? Let's see, let's see, let's see. See what this looks like if I do that. It's not bad. Okay. That's probably overdoing it like that. That's better. And then I'm gonna have to do it here if I do it, so probably look a little weird, but whatever. Go there and go there. Nice. All right, so that is looking pretty good. All right, so pretty, we have the basics in there. Kind of digging that. What I could probably do is, put the arms here. I don't know. I think that's good for now. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. Let's quickly drop it in and spawn it and see what it looks like. Yeah, it's a good size. Good size, good shaping. You know, it looks trucky, it looks square, it looks like we have to step up into it. Digging it. Okay, good. Alright, so that's coming along. I'm liking the shape of it. General shape is good. Okay. How did that happen? Let's go. That's better. We have 3 there. Okay. Let's see where we're at here. Put a blind spot mirror in, or blind spot window in there. They don't have to be this color, but this allows me to quickly color swap them. All right, so that has a little blind spot window in there, and then all right, good. Let's grab this. Come on, give me what I want here, guy. There we go. All right, so doors are in good business there. So we have doors. All right, we have a hood. Oh, don't do that. All right, there we go. Little footwell there. We have a dash. All right, a little bit of a glove box in there. Nice. Let's quickly drop it in. Let's sit in the cab, see how our visibility is, but I'm digging it. Good. It's kind of got a nice truck look to it where it's squared off and I don't have very good visibility because that's how they are IRL. Look out the back a little bit for backing up. I can look over my shoulder and back up. Beautiful. Good seating there. It looks pretty good. You can see. Looks good. 3 spot for 2 people, which a lot of those car rescue missions are like that. I have 2 people. So that came together nicely. Let's go ahead and let's brace. So put a couple braces here for the back pintle area, like so. Okay. Let's start working on this, getting this set up for drive system. Okay, good. So what do you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 spots. I might put the engine sideways. Turn it and then go down. I'm thinking that's what. Actually, we could probably we have space maybe to sit it here. Let's see where we're at here on space. So we could go in there. Okay, good. So probably right about here is going to be where I want to start my engines. Let's grab modular because it's what's good. And I want more power than the car that we just built. So let's go ahead and put U. If I do it there, I can actually go one. I can't go one forward because of alternator, starter. Okay, let's stick it there for now. Let's start. I'm gonna make it like 3-sided. So let's go ahead and put some cranks on there. 1, 2, 3. 4, that gives us our cylinders. We need a clutch. And hopefully with, see, this should probably have a flywheel, but I'm not going to be able to put it in there. So let's try it without the flywheel, see how we do. All right, so the last engine that I built for the car was an 8. That's a 10, and this will be a 15. Nope, never mind. It's going to be a 12. I thought I had one more cylinder going, but I do not. So that's pretty good. That should fit all right. All right, nice. So that is in. Let's go ahead and put some manifolds on there. All right, so 15-cylinder engine in there. Pretty low slung, which I could I bang it up one? I could put a tunnel right here, but to raise it one, let's do that. See how it looks if I put a tunnel in there. The tunnel is just for like the transmission, clutch transmission parts. What I could do too is not have to bother with this, but let's see. So you'd actually have, like, often you'd have a tunnel in here, like so. That looks weird if I do it like that. That looks weird if I do it like that. Oh, don't do that. Both sides. Come on. A little bit of, you know, we don't need the footwell there. You have plenty of foot space, and that actually blocks that door color change, so that's good actually there. And that takes care of everything we need to worry about there, and this will go down for a transmission. There we go. Okay, so I was able to raise that up. Okay, that's now 20. This will allow me to get a lot of torque out of this and do towing, no problem. Have a bunch of gears, right? Have it, gear ratios work out a little bit better for me, probably. All right, good. So that is in. I need to start banging together a transmission, which is pretty simple because I have it here already. So this is my transmission from the car. I should be able to do a small modification to make this work for this. Let's actually just leave it here. That's all right. I have a lot of space in this truck, so. Yeah, let's merge that up. And I just need small changes. So, like, you know, the car goes 100 miles an hour. I don't want this to go 100 miles an hour. This should do like 65. So I'm going to trade up. I'm going to trade it so that the gear ratios are lower. And so that's pretty simple. So I actually won't have to change much, hopefully. So ideally, at the end of this episode, I'll have this sucker up and running. Okay. Because of the height of this, I can do a straight transmission like this. All right, good. And then what I want to do is let's cut you like so. Let's go ahead and for now, we'll just go like that. Now let's do all-wheel drive. All right, so that is in. I can see my drive shafts, which is nice. All right, good. So that's looking pretty good there. All right, let's try this. So what do I need? One there. All right, let's delete you out. That's just visual stuff here. Yeah, it doesn't like to do that. Thought I've done that before where I've been able to make the suspension static, but maybe not. No, I don't think I can do it like that. I'll have to fake the suspension, which isn't a big deal. But we'll fake the suspension, see if I can do some leafs here. Yeah, we'll kind of just fake out some leaf springs, I think. It's not going to be air brakes. It's going to be just hydraulic brakes. All right. All right, so that's simulated suspension there. Let's do some in the back. There's a little detailing like this makes it look a little bit more interesting. Grab this for bracing here. All right, nice. So that gives it a good suspension look there. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, good. So we have a good powerful engine in here. Let's start banging together some of the stuff we need to make this sucker run. So let's go and start going here. So what do we have here? Let's go composite. That's always fine to be one of the easier things to do. There's lighting, engine, seat. Seat should already be connected to this. Oh, I had to port it in, so that's why. Okay, let's go. Let's do a couple wheel things here. 100%. Let's go grip to 99s. High grip tires. Just for the look. I only care for the look. I'm going to be XML gripping them. It's actually what the tires look like on the reference material. Okay, so nice. That will allow me to go in here and hook these up. Steering port, steering starboard. Okay, that's hooked up. What else do we have to hook here? What do you? Cooling pump, air manifold. Okay, so let's start plumbing that stuff in. So I kind of want to do some of my own cool truck stuff here. So let's go. Did you do that? Let's make that symmetrical on this side too. That's actually not a bad look. I think it's side pipes, what I want on this. So I'm just doing this. I want to put a snorkel on there, just for funsies. And because I want a snorkel on there, I just need that little bit of space so I can actually hook this up. I want this to actually work, so. Got air out, needs to be flipped. Let's actually try that, see if it looks all right with this in the way. It probably does not, but let's try it. It actually doesn't. That's showing just a hair, but it's not bad. It's not. You know what? I don't mind this, and so that will actually, I like that. So let's do that. Merge you. All right, so this should be air in. Nope, that was right the first time. Air out. Okay, sorry, it's going this way. Scoop. All right, so I have a snorkel because I want it. All right, so I have a snorkel on that side, so that tells me what side my air should be on. So right here, I need to supercharge this sucker. All right. Okay. Let's see where I'm at there. Okay, good to know. All right, so air is going to go through here. Impeller. Hopefully we get this to go the right way for us. I had it backwards there. All right, let's see. Please be air out. It is. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so that's connected there, and then I want it right here. I don't want it there. Trying to think, what can I, is there any way I can streamline that? Probably not. It's all right. Not going to be any, actual power loss like you would have IRL, but not a big deal. Put this corner piece here. There we go, and then another elbow there. This will power the imp. There we go, so that'll be like my turbo. Going in there and pumping that. Air in there, okay, good. Exhaust, I would love to have some side pipes, so I'm gonna do that. This is kind of taking up the space here. Can I go through here not with what I just put in there? Could go single stack in the back here. Or let's try something here. Where are we at here? So let's try one of these air heat exchangers. Okay, let's do single side on that. Cut you, move you up one like so. Let's hope this is the right direction. It is not. Okay. So do single side stack. I couldn't decide at first if I want a stack or a side pipe anyway, so this kind of figures it out for me. Okay. Alright, there we go. Exhaust. Nice, nice, nice. Need to put some saddle tanks, or no, I'm not going to put saddle tanks. What do I want in here for fuel? Maybe a couple custom tanks or a custom tank in here somewhere. Probably dip into here. Can't go anything on this side because of the nature of how I have it set up already. So where are we at here pipe-wise? So this is pipe here. So let's go. Okay. Give me a wedge, please. So that's seat. So actually, we might be all right here. Let's try something here. Let us try something here. Let's do that. Okay, and then let's go like this. Okay. Why can't I put this here? Why won't this go here? What are you doing? Why won't you go there? Oh, it's in between that crap. I can put them. I can put the cherries up here. Cherries up there. I think we'll do RGBs. We'll make it fancy. Okay, RGBs go there. Nice. Let's cut this out here and actually put rockets just to give it a little bit more viz. Okay. So now I can put in my fuel. Put a step. And cooling, I think we have space on top of the engine to put cooling, so. Nope, I don't want that gone. Let's go like that. That's right in the way. Crap and crap. Okay. Find that part that I just had there. Where you at there, guy? Right here. Okay. All right, so there we can refill the fuel tank from underneath there. And we have a tank in there. We're plumbed on that. Let's start hooking everything up. All right, so we have clutch, variable brakes. Excuse me, pardon. With flicky camera. Pump, I need to do fuel manifold. Air manifold. Starter I haven't put on yet. Let's do that. Let's see where we're at here for this. Okay. Especially because we're going to be running a bunch of electrical equipment, it's nice to have extra alternator on there just because we're going to be running booms and stuff, so we want to produce as much as we can, especially at idle, seeing that we're going to be idling a lot. Okay, what do you get there? Starter. We're about cooling a little bit. What do you? RPS. Go to the crank. I think that's mostly set up. Okay. And this has a lot of back floor underneath the boom and everything, so I should be able to hook all that up. It's banging some quick lights here, so we're all set there. Okay, you can see I put the lights and everything, so those should be pretty well hooked up. Cherries will be on a separate system. But hopefully I can get this to functional for next episode so we can actually go do the rescue. Alright, what do we have here? What are these? These are... Okay, these are my converters. And your speed. Okay, lights, engine. Okay, so let's see what I can do with putting a bunch of the stuff away. Let's look under here. So we should have a good bit of floor space in here to do this. Right there should work, hopefully. All right, let's put you in. So, yeah, this is one of the main reasons I set this up the way I did, was I wanted to make modules so that pretty quickly bang together something and get it in the world and working for me here. Okay, perfect. Let's push you back. So hopefully we'll be able to, at the end of one episode here, get a vehicle up and running and moving. Did I delete the fuel tank? I did not. Gorgeous. Okay, good. That was a concern. Cut you. Where can you go? I'm just kind of looking for a floor space here, which we have plenty of. So I just want to, end of this episode, get this moving under its own power. I might, let's see about regearing it really quickly. See how long that takes. Shouldn't, come on, shouldn't take too long. I should be able to just drop the ratios down and we'll be in good shape. The size of the wheels does impact the speed. I increase the speed, the diameter of the tires on the car, and it does impact speed. So, all right, so this angular speed here is going to go, doesn't need to be perfect, but the closer I can get it to the center of mass, the better. All right, let's see, where can I put you there, guy? Probably right above the transmission right there. Okay, and where are we in here? Perfect, that's a good spot. I don't see anything cause me issues if I put it there. All right, so that is attached. These are just a couple converters. That's a battery. Put that on the firewall. Right by the air. Often there by the steps. So I could put it on a step as well. That's linear speed. Come on. Flicky camera in everywhere all over town here. But like I have speedos in here already in the dash, and so this just makes it really quick and easy to get this thing up and running. Okay, that's my horn. I did install a horn in the car off screen. Make sure I didn't delete anything I needed, like the key. Nope. Okay, good. Now these can just go anywhere. Out of the way somewhere. All right, so should be pretty quickly. We should be able to crank this and get a test on this. Oh, that's not. That can't go there. Where is it? Okay, there it is. It's right here. Okay, let's grab it. Cut you. Can you go there now? No. Okay. Nope. Okay. We're getting kind of on time here, so I want to just gonna get this in here. So let's go ahead and it can go on this back wall here. That's fine. Okay. Should fit there nicely. Okay, good. I'm just gonna stick the other one where it's gonna just kind of sit. What's this? Can this go there? Yep. Okay. Can't be symmetry though. Okay, they both could actually go there, but it's not a big deal. All right, let's look at it. And so electricity, let's quickly bang together some electricity, make sure everything's hooked up that needs to be. Lights, most of the systems should already be hooked up. These doors. So I'm going to grab the door controllers off the car later. I'm not going to do it right now. These three things here need to be hooked up to the power side of the battery. Cherries can go later. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get it started. Maybe do a quick regearing. There's the... So not ridiculously tall. I like it's kind of compact and... Parking brakes off. You see, it's nice. It's nice to drive. The new steering controller is working well. Steering limiter. All right, nice. So let's down gear this really quick. So what I'm gonna do is bring up the annoying gearing chart. So this is my gear ratios. Let's try this. All right, so the way this chart works is I'm going to go in there, and now I need to go to my first gearbox, which is this one, and now I need to see which is more prevalent. And so I only use a 3-to-1 once. The rest are 9/5s. So what I want to do is I want to make 3-1 the bottom and then 9/5 the top, and then only turn this on when I need that first gear. Second one, I look at my second set, and it's 2-1 or a 3-2. I have 2 2-1s and 3 3-2s. So I want to make the 3-2 the top one, and then the 2-1 the bottom one. This one is my reverse gear, is 3, so it has to be 3-2, and then 1 -1. Fourth gear is either going to be a... Oh, I screwed up this one. All right, 7 5 6 1 3 6 2 1. So let's do this set here and call it a day. That should hopefully get us close, and I can at least try to run this truck. All right, so let's run this truck. So first gear set is now changed. So it's going to be a 2-1 for 1 2 3 of the gears and a 5-2. So 2-1 5-2. Second set is a 2-1 6-5. So we use 2-1 3 times and 6-5 twice. So it'll be 2-1 6-5. Third set is either a 3-2 or a 1 -1, and then we have our final fourth gear is we use it once to reduce that last gear. So if we're only using it once, let me try. Okay, so I'm going to use a 3-1, and that's only turned on once. So this will go 3-1-1-1-1-1. All right, so that's going to give us a 7.5 to 1, a 6 to 1, a 3.6 to 1, and a 1.2 to 1. So that should set us up nicely. Okay, so I'm going to go in the box here, and I need to edit it. All right, and let's go in here, and I need to change when these get triggered. So I'm just gonna unhook all these here, and then that will just make it easier to rehook them. So currently, now we have a 4-speed transmission, so let's go. All right, so we need to turn on the swap just on gear 1 for gear 1. So that's that. Then for the second set, we want to turn on to 4-speed. It doesn't matter, so I have to double check what I put in there. So I have to look at it again. We're down to a 4-speed, so it's 2165. So we'll just turn on the 6.5s. And so 6.5s turn on for third and fourth gear. So third and fourth gear will turn on that 6.5. And then we have gear 3, which is our reverser. So that's fine. And then gear 4 only turns on for fourth. So gear 4 only turns on for fourth. All right, so gearbox pretty simple. So 2 is running all the normal, the gears untouched. 5 is no longer there, so let's get rid of that. So let's go down to 4. All right, let's run this gearbox. Hopefully it should work for us. What is this? Okay, that's shift point. That's if I added the automatic, which I'm not going to do. Don't do that. Update instead, thank you. All right, let's spawn it. All right, so we should hopefully be able to shift, and I think my linear speed is hooked up, so. All right. TAC is not reading. That is reading. Okay, all I care about is my miles an hour right now. All right, let's get moving. All right, so first gear is going to be nice and low so we can get towing. And even though it's a low gear, we're doing a good 12 miles an hour. 15 in second gear, 25 in third gear, and we're able to do 75. So that's a really long gear. So that is probably too long of a gear. So let's go, I'm going to change it to a 9.5. All right, now it's a 2-to-1 gearbox, so that is probably going to be better. So this is why it's important to test, and why, you know, if somebody on just will ask on like Reddit, they'll be like, "Hey, what gear should I use?" Well, it depends, the weight, what you're going to do. It's a lot of questions to be answered. So all we're going to do is change this last gear here. The 9.5 sounded good. Let's try 9.5. That will give us a 2-to-1 gear ratio. All right, let's try that. All right. All right, so first gear, we're doing about 11 miles an hour, which is good. Second gear, we're up to about 15 miles an hour. Third gear, we're at 25 miles an hour. And then the fourth gear, we can do 46 miles an hour now. So that is probably, that's probably too slow for us, I think. You know, at least 50 or 60, I would say. I don't want to go 75, though, so that's fine. So all I need to do here is go in and, nope, don't even need to touch, go in there. What I need to do is go in here. And then I want to go try 2-to-1. So that should let me go a little bit faster in top gear. So all the lower gears should be the same. The only one that's going to be different is top gear. So now, as you can see, we're doing 51. So that's not a bad speed to be towing a vehicle. You know, if the vehicle gets starts swaying and everything else, we don't want this to be going too fast. So that's looking pretty good. Stable. You can see I can steer, and it's stable, and I can drift a little bit. But yeah, I'm digging this. So let's take a quick little screenshot. I know this is kind of a long video, but getting into gearing and gearing properly and kind of setting it up nicely where I wanted it took a little bit of time. But I think we'll work out for the best. So a little bit of work left on this, but it's nice to have something else to work on. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.